Yeah, that's right. Harry Potter does not care about magic. As I was writing the script for this video, I may or may have not been a little bit faded in the clouds, but that has nothing to do with my opinion. I can assure you, it was a well thought out idea. This theory has been stewing in my brain for years that Harry doesn't care about being a wizard. He actually just cares about the family that he gained at Hogwarts. I feel like Harry just wanted to feel equal and appreciated for the people around him. We mainly see this in Goblet of Fire, Chamber of Secrets, the first one, the third one. It's pretty apparent that when he comes to realize that he's actually a celebrity with great talent for magic, it was not the best thing that could have happened to him. It was that a half giant came to give him a cake for his birthday on a deserted lighthouse that his batshit crazy aunt and uncle deported them to avoid the little happiness, the small minuscule happiness that Harry would have ever got in his life. That's crazy hatred right there. But before we can get into why Harry hates magic, we must understand what exactly made Harry Potter so special. It was numerous things that made Harry special, like the random lady in a coffee shop decided to casually write a multi-billion-dollar franchise, or it could also be her making the main character the most main character of all time. What did she do? Why was she thinking that? By the way, I have my wands next to me since I had nothing else too magical. If you're new here, like and subscribe. She really decided to make this nigga the most overly powerful by accident person imaginable. Imagine going to school with a kid who has to have the attention on him at all times, but actually succeeding at shit, like making Seeker his first year at Hogwarts. Nigga, he skipped JV entirely. This is the only sixth grader on the team. That's crazy. Mind you, it's not only that he just did it, his father did it too. So like now this nigga's like in a long lineage of superior athletes. Okay, let's check that off. And not only does he make the team, but his first match, he catches the golden snitch. I don't understand why she had to do this. The golden snitch is like hella hard to catch, but he just did it his first try. I would be so annoyed going to school with Harry. How the fuck did this nigga have to be such an attention whore? Get this. Later that year, he discovered the legendary stone that's supposed to grant you eternal life. But wait, there's more. As he discovers said stone, he faces his arch nemesis, who also tried to kill him at birth, was also the leader of the biggest wizard murder cult in all of history. What did this kid do to deserve all of this clout? But what's hilarious about all that is on the opposite end, Harry was practically begging to be normal that whole school year. All he was trying to do was hang out with Ron and Hermione on Christmas and play chess in the Great Hall. And it seemed like he was more excited hugging Hagrid as he was leaving Hogwarts than catching the golden snitch. He cared about like being appreciated by another person rather than getting glory and like clout from all these other like accolades that he was getting. He didn't even want that shit. He just wanted to feel love. And throughout his time there, any interest in magic he did have would be shut down. Like when he got cussed out by Snape for taking notes in a class where you're supposed to take notes. Besides that, he never had an excuse to really care for magic. Main one who gave a shit about spells and magic in his circle was Hermione. She was the one to tell him about Sorcerer's Stone, learn spells in class, and so many other things. Hermione was the only reason a lot of on-screen magic got done in the first movie. The troll in the bathroom, the devil snare, slug looking shit everywhere. Everything Harry was doing was tagging along with his friends with whatever mission got thrown on his lap. Speaking of that, that's literally the entire plot of the fourth movie. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Random Shit Happening. That's the new title for this film. Seriously, half of these tasks aren't even magical challenges like Quidditch or sparring. These are actual death traps designed by Jigsaw himself that are intended to murder Harry Potter in the most grisly fashion. And I love every single minute of it. This is one of the best movies in the franchise. Not because the action or the amazing cast members, but as this whole movie, Harry only wanted to be normal. The entire film, he was desperate for just a normal ass day, doing random shit with Hermione and his good old ginger pal Ronald. Maybe watch Cedric get his head taken off by a dragon, which would have happened if Harry didn't warn him. By the way, Harry never even signed up for these tasks. He never even chose to go to the goblet in the first place. He literally got thrown into the Triwizard Tournament by some crazy ass Voldemort meat writer. Boom. First week back at school, and he's already in some bullshit that will surely sink his reputation with his peers, including his best friend, Ronald Weasley, or Weasley. What type of diss even is that? Draco just says the most random shit to like be hurtful to people. It's not even that hurtful, but it is at the same time. I wouldn't want somebody to mock my last name. Weasley is hella disrespectful. And I'm gonna be honest, I hated Ron for this moment for so long. I still can't get over the fact that he was so mad about something he could have just asked about. Anyway, Harry goes through these ridiculous tasks, one of them being that he needs to retrieve his friends from the bottom of the lake, being guarded by sirens. Boom. He clears that with ease. But then he gets to the maze, and boy, was this maze a fucking nightmare. He sees Victor Crumb, who gets possessed. Laura, she gets eaten by bushes. Cedric tweaks out on crack and jumps on him. So much is happening at once. Don't know why J.K. Rowling decided to throw our MC in the most dastardly predicament. She just wanted to flex his plot armor. That's what J.K. Rowling tried to do throughout this entire series. Let's up each tax more and more until the final episode, where he has to die and come back to life to fight his number one op, who has the Elder Wand. But then they get to the cup to win the tournament. It ends up being a portkey to Tom Riddle's grave. Voldemort pops out. Fresh like a newborn, Cedric got sent to Bye-Bye Land, and Harry accidentally revives the Dark Lord. It's another Tuesday afternoon for your boy Harry P. Harry PP. Pause. Harry Potter. All that being said, why couldn't Harry just be f***ing normal? That school year, he wanted to just go back to school and chill with his friends for the year. But magic took him away from that happiness that he was going to have. Now he has his classmates disliking him even more, thinking that Harry must have really wanted the spotlight everywhere he went. And then everybody made it seem like he was lying about how Cedric passed away, which then even sunk his reputation more. When we get to the 5th movie, it's like all the friends that he did manage to make at Hogwarts, they just disappeared. They just abandoned him for like the first half. It's like, what the fuck? Can you guys not trust his word? Is his word good for nothing? You're not there. You didn't see what happened. So anybody that did come back alive is probably telling the truth. Maybe that nigga has seen some shit that he has no reason to lie about. I can go on and on with more points about Harry having reasons to not use magic. The reasons why he hates magic is a lot deeper. Mainly because magic is the root cause of so much death within his family. I think James and Lily were only in their 20s when Harry's parents got zapped, and he who must not be tolerated. Harry was just left in a crate all alone, just waiting to be picked up by his loving adopted family. Fast forward 10 years. The Nick is sleeping in a broom closet and cooking and cleaning for his ugly ass aunt and auntie. Aunt and auntie. Yeah, they are aunt and auntie. And Dudley too, his spoiled ass, is the reasons why I think birthday gifts shouldn't exist. Harry was bullied and abused by his new family. And for what? Because his sister knew how to make flowers bloom in the palm of her hand. I feel like Aunt Petunia's jealousy is the main reason why Lily is dead in the first place. It's not a main reason why she's dead, but it could be a factor into what happened in Lily's life. If Lily trusted Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon more, they could have stayed at their house in hiding rather than thrown in Godric's Hollow all alone. And fast forward to Prisoner of Azkaban, and the only family that Harry had was being falsely accused for murdering his mom and pop. Why would Harry trust anyone with a wand at this point? He could have just said fuck this and took a train back to London, which I would have did. Not one thing good so far has come from magic with Harry and his family. Eventually, Harry figures out it wasn't Sirius to blame for the murder of his parents, but Ron's pet Scabbers, who was secretly a grown-ass man named Peter in a rat body, which is odd, but anyway. Peter Pettigrew was the person who sold out James and Lily to Voldemort when they were in hiding, so Harry has found new trust in his godfather Sirius. But sadly, we only get about a half-screen showing of this relationship the entire series, because Sirius dies in the 5th movie. Yeah, you see how dark this gets? It's a terrible series, but I love every minute of it. The only times we see them together were at a train station, a haunted hallway house, and at his death scene. And all of this came to existence because Harry went out looking for a prophecy that he was one to kill the Dark Lord. Just a little extra clout sprinkled on his name. But I do truly feel like Harry lost all love for magic that he might have still had in the last 3 movies. Like Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows really fucked with Harry's head. He had to go out searching for magical relics to kill his #1 menace since birth, which if you ask me is beyond stressful. Every time we see Harry have any sense of joy in Half-Blood Prince, it comes from a sort of relationship thing that he has with Ginny Weasley. I think that was the main reason why he even considered being at Hogwarts that year. You can make an argument that Harry enjoyed magic when he was in Professor Slughorn's class. Like, I don't think that he actually cared or gave a shit about potions. He was just kind of talented at it because he had Snape's book. He only wanted to be there because Dumbledore told him to. Have you guys noticed that in each movie leading up to Half-Blood Prince, Dumbledore had Harry doing more and more dangerous shit? Like, yeah, at first the adventures Harry was getting into was either caused by his own doing or sabotage. But from the 5th movie to the 6th movie, Dumbledore was the influence for a lot of Harry's choices. He made a whole teenage wizarding class and labeled them Dumbledore's army. You think that he just came up with that idea on his own? Don't think Harry's to blame for this at all. It seems to be the headmaster's fault. He let Umbridge into the school, allowed her to enforce those stupid ass rules. No fireworks in the hallway, no kissing your girlfriend and shit. You have to button your tie all the way up to your jugular and choke. I wanted Umbridge to get torn apart by those centaurs. I can't even lie. I feel like Harry should have killed her too in Deathly Hallows Part 1. He had the space. He should have just took it. See how kind he is even to people that wronged him, even kind to Death Eaters. First, they had the wedding wreck. Then they get into this coffee shop. They're getting shot at, blicked at for no reason. And then Harry still gave them an opportunity to live by wiping their memories instead of killing them. Ron was on board with doing that. Yeah. Dumbledore still let shit get sweet. Even let shit get sweet to the point this bitch ass Umbridge thought she could fire a teacher. Then he was feeding into the narrative that Harry was in danger from Voldemort and also started the order of recruiting his godfather Sirius. It sounds like manipulation to me. In the 6th movie, Dumbledore basically made my nigga Harry a Horcrux errand boy. Why would you ask a child to manipulate a teacher, barely give him the reasons why he should, then force him to go into a secret tunnel to drink dirty cave water and fight off 100 golems? There was no magic that year Harry learned that was awe-inducing or had wonder. When you're that young, seeing how dark magic can actually get, I'm sure you would lose interest in the stuff too. Why do you think at the end of Deathly Hallows he broke the Elder Wand and threw it off the bridge? He was the owner of this ancient relic that his own headmaster and mentor owned. Why wouldn't he want a piece of that legacy? It's because he was conscious of the power and responsibility that the wand held. If he ever lost possession of it, it could be bad. Harry's love for peace and harmony trumps his love for being a wizard. See, Harry doesn't care about magic because there are too many risks that outweigh the reward of it. Everything up until that point in his life that was a magical incident he couldn't control. That was the only decision that he made that could have affected his life entirely. And he made the choice to give it all away. Magic isn't a priority for him. It will always be secondary to family and friends. That's why I don't believe Harry is a strong wizard, because his decisions and morals prevent him from being one. To be a great wizard, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. Some will be friendships, family, or even your humanity. And Harry just wasn't willing to give that up. He wasn't a follower nor a great leader. He always needed help on his journey. He never really made any great decisions by his own action. I've come to be perfectly fine with this and actually respect Harry a lot more for it. Because as popular as he was, his ego could have truly turned him into another Voldemort. But anyways, that's the end of my rant, and that's the conclusion of why I believe Harry Potter does not love magic at all, and he only cares about family and friends. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. Please let me know what you guys thought. Anyways, it's Dev Can't Relate, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.